How's it going, guys? Samson here from Ross IELTS Academy. I'm here today to analyse a band 5.5 mock test of speaking we have conducted to see why this candidate got the band score and, more importantly, how she could easily boost that to 6.5. Now, in this video, we will take a look at her performance in part 3. But before we get started, we would really be happy if you guys subscribe to our channel, because this shows us that you like the videos we produce for your success in the IELTS exam. Did you do that? Very well. But before we get started, I want to thank all of you for your lovely comments on our YouTube channel. You know, every day we receive tons of these messages and comments from you, which mean the world to us. And it's just great that we can just keep communicating this way. You guys say something, you need some help, we'll give you guys some tips. We can just keep interacting. Now, let's take a look at the comments giving us those positive vibes. So Sajjad Abbasi has said, "This new performance in your channel is very effective. We could find out our weaknesses and work on it." Well, Sajjad, we appreciate that comment. Nice one. And you know what? You're just going to keep getting better and better at this thing with your overall English and, of course, the IELTS speaking. So keep going, my friend. Thank you all, for your lovely comments and subscribing to our channel. It means the world to us, everyone, so just keep them coming. In the next videos, we will read more of these comments together, so feel free to leave us your messages. Let's get started. So everyone, if you have watched the previous videos in which we analysed part 1 and 2, you should remember that Sharre got an overall band score of 5.5 in all the 3 parts. So, in Fluency and Coherence, she got 5. In Lexical Resource, 5.5. Grammatical range and accuracy, 6. Pronunciation, 6. So her overall band score came to 5.5. If you haven't watched the video of part 1 and 2, go watch that now and then come back to me with the 3rd part. So, did you watch the previous video? Okay, let's see what she did in part 3. Section 3. Let's consider first of all how people's values have changed. Now, what kinds of things give status to people in your country?
Give status?
Status.
I don't know what you mean.
I'll repeat the question. What kind of things give status to people in your country?
Give status means that some ideas. In my country, I think, I guess people give their information and their the way of thinking mostly from the television. They spend most of their time lying on the couch and watching television, and I think and recently they changed to maybe social media like Telegram or Instagram.
Okay, and have things changed since your parents' time?
Of course, my parents, they mostly gathered and talking to each other and maybe get their experience from their talking and from each other. But nowadays we don't have very much time to spend with friends or family because of the busy lifestyle.
And how do you think things have changed now in society due to the coronavirus pandemic?
Most of the people, they don't care about the corona, but it hurts a lot of occupation a lot of jobs they cannot in some occupation people even may have to close their shops and especially barber shop and gym, and it interrupts their routine life.
Right. And do you think things will go back to the way they were before this pandemic, or do you think it will be different?
I think it would be different because people are very obsessive about everything, and maybe they have a little mental problem now in compare with the past. I think never get the same as the past.
Right. Okay, thank you. That is the end of the speaking test. Let's get started with her fluency and coherence. So, what do you think of her performance in the last part of the exam? Is it okay to ask the examiner to repeat the question? Yes. Is it okay to say that you don't know the meaning of the word and ask for its definition? Absolutely not. She didn't understand the meaning of the word status in the first question I asked her. After she asked me to repeat, she could just guess the meaning of the word from the rest of the sentence and give an answer. That would have been much better than getting stuck with the word definition. That's why her answer to the first question was incorrect and irrelevant. On the other hand, she could use some boosters or discourse markers to start her answers, like, I think, actually, in my opinion, I can say that. Remember, the examiner may ask you more questions in part 3 to give you a better chance to show your ability and get a higher score, so don't miss that. Let's now talk about her lexical resource, which she got 5.5 in. Her vocabulary, well, she didn't expand her answers. Therefore, she missed the chance to use a wider range of vocabulary, and she kept repeating the same structure. On the other hand, since there was not much flexibility in her vocabulary, she couldn't paraphrase very well. For example, in the question where she was asked, have things changed since your parents' time? She could say, from what I know, people used to have more gatherings and face-to-face conversations more often in the past because they were less busy. Last week, I watched a movie which was about a family who lived in Korea 30 years ago, and that was wonderful because there was no internet or social media, and kids could play in the yard or in the street. Therefore, I can say everybody was much happier in the past. So, in my opinion, many things are different now compared to my parents' time. The trick here is that when you feel like you can give an answer to the question, but you cannot show a wide range of vocabulary on that topic, you can go off the topic or refer to some personal or unreal experiences and then go back to the question at the end. Isn't that a good trick? Let's now talk about her grammatical range and accuracy. Charlotte could simply use more complex structures, but the biggest problem she had was that she made so many grammatical mistakes, like people give their information from television. So she should have said, people get their information from television. She said, from the each other. That should have been from each other. Another one. Most of the people, they don't care about. She should have said this. Most of the people don't care about. Another error. A lot of occupation. That should have been a lot of occupations. Now, in compare with the past, she should have said compared to the past or in comparison with the past. So, if she didn't have such mistakes and there was a better variety in the structures she used, she could boost her grammar score to 7. Now, let's move on to talk about her pronunciation. She got a 6 in her pronunciation because she had mixed control over the pronunciation features she was using. She wasn't also that successful at linking some words, and the mispronunciation of some words reduced the clarity of her speech. For example, she mispronounced the word coach, television, and occupation. There you see, guys, by being a bit more fluent and extending her answers using more complex structures, she could easily level up to 6.5. Now, to watch the full video of this mock test of speaking, click on the link we have put in the video description. If you wish to learn everything about the strategies and skills in the IELTS exam, you can visit our website, which is www.rossielts.com, and enroll in our courses, which are VIP, Silver, and Bronze. You can also book your own mock test of speaking with us, so stay tuned.